bottom line, as an Asian American, but even as a non-Asian American, whenever data is touted about different communities of color, I think people should become curious to say, where is the Asian data, first of all, because usually they leave that data out, but also particularly like asking for the disaggregated data. I think that really opens eyes in terms of the reality of, again, the challenges that people of color face in this country. I want to highlight one more data, even as small business, COVID-19 really hit the API community hard. Basically we faced a dual virus, right? The coronavirus, but also the hate virus. And I'm not surprised in the data that I'm going to share. The Federal Reserve, their 2022 study of financial conditions of ethically owned businesses, this data, they didn't even have to disaggregate the API data. Just as in the aggregate, Asians had the worst, the poorest financial condition of any group. That was the category poor, but the next category is called fair, right? And even in that second category, Asians also had the worst condition. And yet, I would say, there were a lot of initiatives that were launched to help, again, different communities of color, but for the API community, we were completely excluded. I want to give an example of Chase Bank that launched a racial equity initiative, $30 billion that was supposed to be used to help infuse equity, right, in communities of color around small business, home ownership, donations, etc., community development. But they left out the API community. And, when Chase was launching initiatives to help small businesses, they were specifically, some government entity that's local were told to drop the Asian businesses because it wasn't a priority. And yet the very data that I'm sharing, right, shows otherwise. And so I think, again, the misperceptions, the misinformation really definitely, hurts the Asian community in terms of the loss of investments. But again, really the loss of solidarity, and really the loss of helping every American, whether you're Asian or not, to really fully reach their full potential.